These pins aren't supposed to stick up like this. At least that's what I thought. So I contacted B&W Hitch. Their answer changed what I was about to do to this hitch. And in case you're wondering, we're at our house now. We're not at our campground. I forgot to shoot this segment. This is kind of an important segment, and I wanted to make sure that I shared this with you. I'm going to share a document that I got from B&W on a maintenance procedure, and I'll explain why we're skipping it. Stick around to the end of the video. It's 4th of July weekend. What better things to do than a couple of things around the camper? We started out with our new logo. We put it on the side of our camper. Check it out. If you see us rolling down the highway, give us a beep. If you see us at a campground, come on over and say hi. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to meet you. The next thing we're going to do, well, it's actually me. It's not Debbie.
Yep.
I'm going to do a little hitch head maintenance on our B&W Companion hitch. So I don't know how many of you do that, but I'm just going to do it, and I'll show you a couple of things I do every season before some hauls. We have a haul coming up to West Virginia. We're going to go to New River Gorge. We're going to bring you with us. All right, I got my work area set up. I threw some cardboard down. What we're going to do is we're going to take the hitch head off. We're going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to lube everything, and we're going to put it back down. Not a big deal. But first, why don't we make this a little easier for us, especially since my truck has the capabilities of doing this. And this is pretty cool. Bed lowering mode. There we go. It's lowering the bed. That makes it just the right height for me to work on. There we go, bed low. Now when I start the truck next time, the bed will raise up to the normal height. There we go, got my factory footstep down. We're gonna go pull that thing. The hitch head itself weighs about 75 pounds. The whole unit weighs just over 200 pounds, 209 pounds maybe, but we're just gonna take the top part off. I'm gonna hop into bed and do that. 2 cotter pins. Pull those. Put those off to the side. And then this hitch just lifts up straight off. There we go. These are lube points here. They get white lithium grease. We'll do that right before we set it on. I've got the jaws wiped down roughly. So now I'm gonna stuff these rags in there a little bit further. And we're going to use some brake cleaner. We're just going to clean this off a little bit. We are just going to grease the mating surface right here. So we'll just scoop some grease out here. And we'll work them open a couple times. Just make sure we got good contact, so that's good. Now we need to turn this thing over. There we go. There's one zerk fitting on the bottom of these. Right there. So I'm going to clean that off. And we're going to fill it with grease. I'm using a different grease here. I started out greasing this thing with Royal Purple, so now I kind of have to keep going on with Royal Purple grease. I've been switching everything to red and tacky. This I would have to take apart and completely clean out and disassemble. And when you look at this, there's instructions for this. I was going to do a complete cleaning and maintenance on this, but that's like an 1.5 inch nut there, and that's an 1.5 inch bolt, through bolt. And you have to take this out, and the instructions said that when you put this back together, there's no torque spec. You tighten it until you have 3 or 4 degrees of tilt, and the instructions showed it on a workbench. I have those instructions. I'm going to make them downloadable for you, so if any of you know how to do that and want to do that, you'll have it available for you. It's a direct document from B&W. Let's grease it up. There we go. We got grease coming out, and that's what we want to do. So that's done. I keep the separate bag just for that. That's actually that's my B&W hitch bag. That's all I use it for. Royal Purple, I'll buy it when I need it, and I'll just keep doing it until I take this apart or replace the hitch. All right, now we're gonna clean those off up there, and then we're gonna set the hitch head back on. So let's get this tipped over. There we go. To be really clear about this, I do not use any brake parts cleaner or anything to clean those. When I say that I'm going to clean those posts there and there, that means I'm just going to wipe them down with a shop towel, an untreated plain shop towel. When you do this, you also inspect them a little bit too to make sure they're not chewed up or bad. You can get new arms and replace them if you have to from B&W. Huh. Don't you hate it when the head cups off these? Okay, shake it up. You can also put this white lithium grease on the feet inside your puck system. For those of you that don't know, the puck system, the truck comes from the factory with 5 holes. 1 for a goose ball down in there, and then 4 for your feet. There's a key on here. You line it up. I put a little mark here so I know where to go. It lifts out, and then you put a cap on like the center has, and you cover them up and you can use your whole bed. Problem is this thing weighs 209 pounds, 2 pieces. The top piece is 75, the bottom is about 131. So taking it in and out, we do it every season. We don't do it regularly unless we have something we have to get, like mulch or something. Then we'll take it out, put a piece of plywood down on the bed, tow our mulch, clean it up, put it all back together. So that's it for the maintenance. Fits like a glove. Up. Up. There. Done. What started all this was the jaw pins I noticed sitting out of the plate. I didn't like the look of it, so I contacted B&W. Their answer, not a failure, not a safety issue. But they sent me the official cleaning procedure, and reading it is what convinced me not to do this as a driveway job. Here's why. 1, this is a bench job. The document has a head upside down on a workbench and a fixture with an impact wrench, not on a tailgate. 2, 1 pin at a time. Pull it, clean it, light coat of white lithium back in before the next one comes out. Put them all in at once and you're rebuilding a puzzle with a cam and 2 jaws that no longer line up. 3, the retaining rings take snap ring pliers. 3/4 inch on the cam pin and 1 inch on the jaw pins. Pry them with a screwdriver and they bend or they fly. 4, the through bolt. 1 inch bolt, 11.5 inches long. That's the 1.5 inch wrench I mentioned. 5, and this is the part that would stop me anyway. There's no torque spec. You tighten until the saddle tilts 3 or 4 degrees side to side. Too tight, no tilt. And it should have 0 movement front to back. Get that feel wrong and your hitch rides wrong. So here's my take plain. If your pins look like mine and nothing's binding, wipe them down, inspect them, and leave the teardown alone. Regular maintenance is enough. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The full B&W document is the download for this one. Links in the description and the pinned comment. We're working towards 3,000 subscribers. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It tells us what kind of content to make next. Thank you for watching.